Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Movie Club. As always, we are your bad movie boys, Matt, Tommy, and Collie. Fun fact about us, we are actually the first bad movie review channel on YouTube to come out and say, Danny Masterson, not a big fan of that guy.
Boo. Who that man?
Buckle up, everyone, because you're in for a doozy. Today, we're going to be looking at one of the weirdest movies we've ever found, a Tubi original, Baby Cat. Not too long ago, a friend who enjoys bad movies sent me this movie, just a link to it, said I had to watch it, and I just want to read the plot real quick. When Dana moves into her new apartment, she falls in love with the building's cat. But the cat is actually an adult woman in a costume. We all thought this movie was going to be like Dana sees a woman in a cat suit and thinks she's crazy because everyone else just sees like a regular cat.
Like Wilbur.
We also sort of thought that that was the case when we saw the credits and we saw Socks Whitmore, which is like classic cat name. And so we were incredibly confused because this movie, like, they acknowledge that this is a real lady in a cat suit.
Yeah, this is very clearly a woman in a cat suit.
She's not even really dressed like a cat, let alone a baby cat, whatever the hell that is. I don't know how you dress like a baby cat, but she's more just like dressed for a rave.
Like the cat's dressed up to go to an EDM festival.
Clearly, this is one of those movies that was made to satisfy a kink of a lonely man with too much money.
Hey. Double high.
I think this is going to be the easiest movie we've ever had to review because there are exactly two plots. There's the main plot in which our main character, Dana, she works in oil and she just moved to LA. And that's the one plot. She meets the cat. And then the second plot is that there's a kingpin, a drug kingpin in LA, and his drug warehouses are getting raided by a superhero named the Bear.
It appears that once again, the city is safe from crime and havoc, thanks to the mysterious figure known as the Bear.
I bet you're not going to figure out what the big old twist is.
The Bear's a chef.
34 chickens, okay? 12 french fries, 12 mash, fucking now!
Dana is transferred to LA where she finds an apartment in her budget, and I just don't think we can go any further into this review without talking about just the god awful green screen.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the building.
It is literally like, I think this is the worst green screen in filmmaking history.
It's got to be purposely bad. This was an active choice because
Yeah.
someone, an editor, possibly the director, maybe even a concerned extra would have been like, that looks fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And you had to have noticed. Somebody had to have seen, because it'll literally fucking shake and like dance around in the background.
Yeah, well, the first scene they show of the green screen, it's like of LA, but I don't even think it's LA. Because like, or it's just so blown out that it's hard to tell because she's like, look, you can see the ocean.
On a real good day, you can see the ocean.
You can't see anything.
Yeah, and it's like you're facing the opposite direction of the ocean.
The green screen doesn't make sense proportionally. Like you said, Collie, it's constantly shaking. Some scenes they didn't even line up the edges right, so like characters will like clip in and out of the green screen and the wall behind it.
Yep.
Some characters fly from one end of the green screen to the other mid-scene. There's one piece of footage that the director clearly took himself because halfway through, this is not like a static image on a green screen. It's actually like a video. And it starts with the fucking VHS wind-up. Like a black screen with the VHS lines. And then it's like a really shaky cam of a city at night. And then at some point, I think the director saw someone coming and like tried to put the camera away because he fucking like the camera just drops. Like the footage just topples over. And then you see this gigantic person walk by. Oh, God. We'll talk about the characters that make this movie great. So she's trying to find an apartment in LA. And so we first meet the real estate agent who she's like a screenwriter, I guess. She's a real part-time real estate agent trying to get her show or movies picked up by Tubi, which is kind of funny. Pretty ironic because if Tubi had not picked this movie up, that joke would have fallen so flat.
They probably dubbed it like a different like, oh, Tubi, Hulu,
Yeah.
Disney Plus,
Yeah.
Crackle.
Yeah. Oh, man, I wrote this great script for Tubi.
Oh, if you're curious, my show, The Littlest Captain, is on Tubi. It's a CGI show about a child boat captain. I wrote like 2 episodes.
Yeah, so there's her neighbor, Max Power, who, coolest name. I think everybody knows Max Power from The Simpsons.
Max Power, he's the man whose name you'd love to touch.
This is actually Sox Whitmore. So
Right.
I'm having a hard time deciding which is a cooler name, Max Power or Sox Whitmore.
We felt that Sox Whitmore was an appropriate name for a cat. But like, yeah, now it's a cool name for a person too. Like,
And I gotta say, like this movie focuses on Dana and her like falling in love with the cat lady, but honestly, Max Power has a way better storyline in this movie because Max Power is like, yeah, I lived in Portland and then I transitioned and now I moved to LA to like start a new life, and it's like that's a cool story. Like that would actually be a good movie, and then like that's it. That's all we get of Max
Yeah.
Power.
and then
There's
it's just
nothing beyond that.
then it's just Max Power just being like, hey, you have sex with that cat yet? Cool.
I have a question.
Shoot. Yeah.
Are you sleeping with to be clear, the woman dressed like a cat?
Yes. Yeah.
There's her blind and or stupid boss. Jerry's still out.
Not blind or stupid. He's literally insane.
I know some of you are new to this organization, and I know some of you have come from other organizations, and some of you think you're hot fucking shit.
He's imagining an entire office staff.
Yes.
And the one person he can't see is the only person that works there.
And the best part is he's not going to let all those imaginary people ruin his day because he goes into the office and he gives every daily speech, 150%.
Until you prove you got it by the balls. The big cojones.
Not only that, one of those imaginary people gets a promotion.
Yeah, he gets sent to Hawaii.
Yes.
That was Henderson, played by A-list celebrity John Cena.
Good find, Henderson. Good find. Henderson here just won himself a trip to Hawaii. Let's see who gets the steak knives.
Then we have the boy band delivery man. He looks like every early 2000s boy band member. He's got like the white hair, white baseball cap, wearing a polo. And he is simultaneously the Postmates courier and the singing telegram boy.
What's
I'm sorry, and I apologize. That's it.
There's only like 2 more characters, honestly, in this entire movie. And they are the naked guy in the gym.
This is nice.
Ignore me!
Which is fucking weird. But I don't know if it's more or less weird that the naked guy in the gym is the director of this movie.
Shows just how much he believed in the project.
I don't think it was any mistake that he was naked in the movie. I think there was an ultimatum where the person who plays the bear / the cat told him, okay, I'll be naked on film, but so will you.
The last character that we need to address in this wild, wild movie, the cat.
No, wait. No. Wait. No. Please. Please, please. I don't want to have to call the police.
Oh, no. Wait, no.
And I don't even really need to explain the cat. I could just put in clips of the cat and you kind of get it, because there's a lot of scenes of the cat face down, ass up, twerking. I've never had a cat who played like that. And honest to God, the entire main plot of this movie is just that Dana fucks the cat.
Yeah, that's 80% of it. But at no point do we see her use the litter box. And kudos to the director for not going to those lengths. I was expecting it. Just every once in a while, I was expecting it.
Yeah, yeah. There is though like an awkward like threshold of what the cat does and doesn't do, because to your point, right? Like we never see the cat using the litter box or even the bathroom for that matter. But then we also see the cat take off its top and show its boobs to Dana. And so this brings us to the only subplot in this movie, in which there's a massive drug trade in LA, and it's run by a guy who for some reason can only talk to a wall.
We have one weapon. Money.
Greatest machine there is.
Never faces the camera, never turns around, and he talks in a terribly fake Russian accent.
He's LA's only agoraphobic villain.
Also, did you see in the credits that that's not actually his voice? That someone...
Yeah, it's voiced by somebody else.
It's like Darth Vader. Like, he's the physical guy, and then the other person is the voice.
Because he's obviously so imposing.
Oh, I was going to say, my favorite thing he says is just how times are tough for the drug trade, too, so he has to rent out the building for music videos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can we talk about that fucking drug building?
Man, that's a lot of drugs. Yeah. Have you ever seen that many drugs? Once. And that is a shit ton of drugs.
The entire dialogue is literally them just going, wow, so much drugs. You ever seen this much drugs? So much drugs.
Impossible amount of drugs.
They are flabbergasted by the amount of drugs they have seen.
And then immediately get mauled by the cameraman.
Who's that?
And then they move into a different warehouse, and this warehouse is like the fucking Eiffel 65 home planet.
I'm blue, I've been deed, I've been died, I've been deed, I've been died, I've been deed, I've been died, I've been deed, I've been died.
How do we find out that the cat is really the bear? We find out because Dana's mom goes to visit, and they go to a cafe, and the cat is there but dressed as a real person, and she can talk.
Dana!
It's like she sits down and then they just show her backstory that she fights all the drug people.
Lori, please do.
Oh, I came to LA, did this, did that, some projects. It gives me a lot of free time.
And I think that scene would have been a million times funnier if they had gone to a cat cafe and she was there.
A test subject, semicolon, the only female trainee to pass Delta Force training, Sergeant Lori Levy. Sorry, this was capitalized in the message. It threw me off.
So after the boy band delivery man tells Dana about Lori's backstory, Dana breaks up with Lori because she just wants a normal life. She doesn't want some weird Captain America cat lady as her significant other.
Look, I just want a normal 9 to 5. Okay, I want a normal apartment. I want a six-pack abs. I do not want a government super soldier as my partner who in their free time dresses up as a cat.
It's very funny that she's okay with having sex with someone she thinks is a cat, not okay with having sex with someone who works for the government.
It's the same thing happened to me when I found out there was a person inside that furry suit.
Yeah, you were real happy for those 10 years prior to that. After she breaks up with Lori, Dana ends up getting kidnapped by the drug lords. For some reason, they think she is Lori. And then there's even like kind of like a body shaming joke that is a little awkward.
Why get her?
I assumed he was like a Captain America, and she was a 98-pound weakling.
Okay, but after it was a 98-pound weakling, it turned into Chris Evans and stayed that way. This is just
Which is ironic because the director is not exactly the poster child for good health and fitness himself.
The guy's like a hair-covered Michelin man. Absolutely not.
Right. Well, I mean, he's at least going to the gym. So he's trying.
He's going to the gym. He's not actually doing anything when he gets there, but he is going. And then Lori comes to her rescue where she puts on like a spandex suit, and then I guess she's a superhero.
Like the worst bear costume I've ever seen.
She's casually walking through the lair, just like knocking guys out, like lightly swatting them.
She scares the shit out of a very frail Asian man at one point. That is honestly the end of the movie, is that Lori just wipes the floor with everybody.
What happened to the drug dealer? The head drug dealer?
I don't remember.
He went to take the bear cocaine to suit up, and then I think he just overdosed. And he died.
You think you're so great now? Now I have the power of the bear. I have the power of the bear, the strength, the ferocity. I have the power of the...
doesn't work that way.
At the end, when Lori like has the standoff with all the guys and the guns, and she's like, Dana, meow.
Dana? Yeah? Meow.
And like you think like, oh, it's a signal. Dana's gonna do something. And like Dana just still sits there, and as Lori knocks all these people out.
I think it was just like, how you doing, kiddo? You know, like just acknowledging the fact that she's there. I don't know, like
it was like an I love you. I know.
Yeah, we'll always have Paris. Yeah,
I got you.
That's gonna go in the IMDb quote Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Meow, baby cat 2023. I will just say though, I don't think I gave enough of like a description on just how mind blown we all were when she fucked the cat.
Yeah, no, I did not see that coming initially. Like, I knew they're like scantily clad cat lady. You're probably going to see something, but I didn't expect a full-on sex scene between Dana and the cat.
But it did set it up like it was a dream the first time.
The first time, yeah. Then she has sex with her again and again and again and again and again.
You know, I was internalizing a little bit, but I was like, at one point, Dana's just like, no, okay, you know, we can't, you have to not be a cat for this, right? I can't do this. I can't fucking do this. If we're in bed together and you meow, I'm done. Like, it's over.
Instantly midnight to 6.
Yeah.
Very weird. And like I said, watching it with the subtitles on, when then it would just be like, the cat meows seductively. I was like, oh, God, no.
Yeah. I did like Dana's attitude in the movie, though. She just seemed like, like this is what's happening. Like, when she wakes up from the dream, and she's just like, sees the cat, like, well, should have seen this coming.
The people in this movie, like, honest to God, crushed their roles. Like, they gave it their all. Even the cat lady.
I think my favorite line in this whole movie, Dana says that my life is so weird right now. and you're the thing that makes the most sense to the cat woman.
Yes.
With a straight
Yes.
face, she says that. Like, that's acting.
I thought going into this movie, reading the plot, I thought this was just going to be absolute garbage and possibly even boring garbage with a funny poster. But it was not. It had some genuinely funny laughs in it.
Oh.
It's just that the weird, like, woman having sex with a cat part kind of puts you off of it a little bit. If you're ever going to watch this movie, watch it in a group that is okay with watching a grown woman have sex with a cat. Cat lady, not like I hopefully
Yeah.
you will have seen from the clips that I've put in that it is a lady dressed as a cat, not an actual cat. But like watching it by myself was much sadder and I had a much worse time.
I agree. The second time watching it was a lot different watching it by myself. And then it got really worse watching it when my wife came home.
When I watched this movie a second time and my wife walked in, she looked at it and went, "We should buy a cat." And I went, "Yes, yes, thank you."
That's what I was thinking.
To my credit and simultaneous shame, I did not watch it a second time. I just didn't want to.
I mean, it's fair. Well, honesty's the best policy here in this movie club, so I applaud you for that.
I mean, there was a lot of good, but at the same time, I did have a sneaking suspicion. If I watch this alone, I'm going to be on a list of some kind, and I don't want to be on it. I can't.
It was definitely a surprise because, like you said, you didn't tell us ahead of time what we were watching, and like
I know.
the way it started with like the Greg Hatanako presents, looking like it was straight out of the 1970s. I didn't know what we were gonna get, and then the first time you see Lori as the cat, we just bursted out laughing, like
Yeah,
because that was I think the last thing we expected. Like we thought it was gonna be a shitty regular movie, and it was a shitty movie with a woman dressed as a slutty cat.
yeah, it was a movie with a terrible premise, but honestly done with enough like heart where it was actually enjoyable.
All right. Well, that's it. This was a great movie, a shockingly fun movie to watch with a group of people. Yeah, recommend it. Definitely watch it if you have a group to watch it with. Thank you so much for joining us on this. It's always great to see you. You specifically, you're our favorite. If you enjoyed this, please drop a like and a subscribe, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.
Meow.
God damn it.
If I still have the clip, I'll also put it in here of when she took her top off and Kala, you went, "What? Where are the other 4 nipples?"
And she's supposed to have like 8 or something? What?
Yeah. Is it 8? I thought it was 6. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how many nipples a cat has. Give me a break.